All right, so this is a video I have been sitting on for a pretty long while now, but I figured what day would be better than today to finally talk about this. And the topic that I am referring to is the mental health epidemic that has been going on in the 2K community. Like, it has really gotten so bad in this community that the majority of you, when you read the title of my video, you probably said to yourself, like, yeah, like, no shit, there's obviously a mental health crisis in the 2K community. And I think that really speaks volumes to how badly it has gotten out here, that it's become second nature to expect a mental health crisis in a fucking video game. Like, is that not insane to you? So throughout this video, I am going to go into detail for why I think that is, because there are so many different reasons. My guess, we're going to be here for a while. I don't know how long the video is, but obviously you do. So let's hop straight into this. So the main example that I can give for the 2K community having mental health issues is narcissism. And I made a video talking about this a few weeks ago, where this random clown on Twitter started talking shit to a 2K pro in Splash Edition. The guy was talking shit, he called him out, and Splash answered his tweet and fucking shit on him and beat him by like 50 points. The guy didn't even have a chance. He got absolutely fucking fried, okay? And this is what I mean about the narcissism. People have no shame, they have no dignity. They think they are the greatest 2K players to ever pick up a controller. They actually think they are the greatest fucking player. They're like Joe Knows trying to dominate an overnight tournament playing against black play bums all day. And they get a few of those wins, and that shit goes right to their head. And they do not realize how terrible they are at the video game. The majority of people who play 2K fucking suck at it. We know this. This is why there's engagement optimized matchmaking and there's skill-based matchmaking. Because people are fucking terrible at the game. And they're straight up narcissists thinking that everything in the video game revolves around them. If you're ever playing the game with randoms in the theater, the rec, whatever, you know what I'm talking about. Where there's one dude dribbling the whole possession, or there's a center in the paint trying to go in the post for like 20 seconds, not even debating passing the ball because they think they're the greatest player of all time. And after all of that, they shoot it very early or they miss a wide open dunk. Shit like that. So narcissism is the main example that I can give for a mental health issue in this community. And the next example that I can give is just straight up fucking denial. And what I mean by this is so many people blindly defend 2K despite it having very evident issues, and it just completely puts a divide in the community because no matter what 2K does, no matter how hard they will fuck us in the ass year after year, whether it's microtransactions, servers, whatever else, there will always be some clown fucking idiot on Twitter going, oh my God, you guys just suck, bro. It's a skill issue. You guys just need to adapt. All y'all just want to play bums all day. It doesn't matter what we're talking about. Someone in my comments always finds a way to go, oh my God, Tex, you just want to play bums all day. That's why you're crying, bro. You don't know how to adapt. These are the same people acting like there are literally no issues with the game whatsoever. So what I mean by this is they are literally in denial. It's not that they're just not wanting to admit that there are issues. They actually are so deep in their own denial that they don't even think there are issues with the game. And if you don't believe me that these people exist, go through any one of my videos and start reading the comments, because I promise you these people actually fucking exist. They are so deep in their own deluded ways that they can't even think that there's anything wrong with the game that is this ass. It is absolutely ridiculous. Now, I want to clarify, saying that you like 2K25 and even though you acknowledge the issues, you still have fun on the game is very different than saying, oh, y'all are just crying, bro. Like, I don't even see these issues. Like, y'all are just some bitches. Y'all are ass. That's two very different things. I'm not attacking people who actually like the game despite its issues. I'm attacking the people who act like there are no problems with it. So I just want to clarify that real quick. Now, the next example that I'm going to give actually comes from the developers and not the player base. And what I'm referring to is gaslighting, okay? There have been so many instances over the years, I can think back as far as 2K18, where the developers will swear up and down they didn't patch something, nothing's been changed, blah, blah, blah. And everyone who is good at the game and plays it a lot gets on and all says, oh, this base was changed. Oh, they did something to this dribble move. The game speed feels weird, you know, something along those lines. They'll secretly patch something and not put it in the patch notes. And then when the community starts going, hey, you changed this, why is this not in the patch notes? the fucking developers will go out of their way to try to gaslight us and go, oh, no, we didn't change that, bro. Y'all are just imagining that. And they will literally try to gaslight us and make it seem like we're fucking crazy or making something up when we're not. They have literally been exposed for this so many times over the years with I can't even speak, with definitive fucking proof. And this causes such a big divide in the community because if you're average at the game or you're barely on Twitter and you don't know about the company's antics, you're going to go on Twitter and you're going to trust the company, which I don't even blame you for, honestly, if you don't understand the antics that 2K gets up to. You're blindly going to believe the company and you're not going to assume that they're just bullshitting you. And you're going to see YouTubers and people like me in the comments going, what the fuck, why are you lying about this? If you're looking from the outside in, it's going to look like me and the rest of the people are just crying when in reality, the developers are literally lying to your fucking face. But you're not just going to blindly believe that until you understand the antics and the bullshit that 2K gets up to with lying to people all the time. So that causes such a big divide in the community. And that is why we're at odds all the time with people who like the game or people who don't like the game. Things like that, right? This causes so much division. And when you combine that with the next issue that I'm going to talk about in a minute here, it creates an even bigger divide in the community. And let me explain this, okay? Now, I've talked about this so many times on the channel, but what I want to get into now is content creators having absolutely zero integrity. The majority of all of these big 2K creators, all they prioritize is profit and nothing else. They do not give a shit about being honest about the game. They don't give a shit about making good videos. All they care about is maximizing every dollar that goes into their bank account. And I'm going to explain why that's relevant. Because in order to be in good standing with 2K and get flown out to Community Day and work with them and get sponsorships or whatever, you literally cannot say anything negative about 2K. They literally have these people on a fucking leash. So if you see people like me on Twitter talking about how, oh, the game is broken right now, they patched a base, the game speed went up, the first thing you're going to do if you start doubting the company is check YouTube. And you're going to go to all these big YouTubers' pages and you're going to see that none of the big YouTubers are talking about that. And the reason they're not doing it, again, is because they're on their knees trying to maximize every single dollar they possibly can from this fucking company. And the best way to do that is to get on their fucking knees and say not a single negative thing about the game. So if you're just an average player who knows little to nothing about 2K, you're going to assume based on that, like, oh, all the big YouTubers aren't talking about this, so it must not really be an issue. The smaller creators must just be little bums on Twitter just yapping and crying because they're ass at the game. That is the narrative that gets spun, when in reality, smaller channels like mine are the only ones that are going to speak out against this because I don't give a shit about getting flown out to Community Day or getting on my knees for a company that spits in my face constantly, okay? That is the difference. But because these YouTubers know that that's true, they go on Twitter and they start spinning narratives and they start saying, oh, y'all are just crying, like you can't be grateful for anything. There's an example of Solo doing this a few weeks ago, just as one example, literally just claiming that anyone who says anything negative about the game is basically just crying and we're not grateful for anything. That's the narrative they're going to try to spin so that they look better with their fans. And they try to make people like us, I'm assuming you're like me if you're watching this video, you actually have a brain and you're not an idiot. So I'm saying people like us, right? They say people like us are just crying to try to spin the narrative because if their viewers realize that the people they're watching are just dick-sucking fucking weirdos who only care about money, they're obviously going to stop watching them and they're going to lose respect for them. And in turn, ironically, that's going to cause them to lose money. And obviously they don't want to lose money. So what they do is they spin that narrative to make people like us who actually have a functioning fucking frontal lobe in our brains, they try to make us look bad. And because of this, it causes everyone in this community to fucking hate each other because if you're on the side that I'm on saying that this game is ass, you're naturally going to get pissed off at people saying that the game is good and vice versa. If you're someone who says that the game is good, you're going to get pissed off at people like me saying that the game is ass. And it causes so much fucking division, bro. So yeah, that's really all I wanted to get into in this video. I had to get that shit off my chest because this community it's just split right down the middle between people who like the game and people who don't. And it's like a fucking war out here. And it causes so many fucking mental health concerns that you see every time you play this game or watch a video or whatever. I can't believe the shit I'm seeing and hearing half the time, either on YouTube, Twitter, on the game itself, which, God, thankfully I barely play that game anymore, but holy shit, there are so many concerns. It is unreal, dude. But anyway, I'm not trying to ramble on for too long. This is pretty much the end of the video here. Let me know any other things you guys think I missed in the comments, or let me know if you agree with what I was saying, whatever. Let me know something in the comments. Go down there, yap up about something. But this is pretty much it. Till my next video, I'll catch you boys in the next one. Peace.